This is Mark, the training manager with ELN, and today we're going to go through endpoint assessment. We're going to we'll give you a brief introduction and tell you more about it to start with. We'll then go into hear some experiences from the panel we have today. We've got Dee on the panel, Cordelia Castle, who is our assessor guru. We've got George Rigby. George is our IQA master. We've got Sana, the CEO of ELN, who is all things masterful. I better say that today. And finally, we've got Farheen, who is our education and training and SEN expert. So she's on a call or a podcast today as well. So everybody has got some understanding on the panel of apprenticeships and the EPA process, which is great. And hopefully we'll hear those experiences and pearls of wisdom for you. Also, we'll briefly go over what ELN offers in terms of endpoint assessment qualifications, just so you have that sort of, not only great understanding, but ability to go on and do something about it. And then finally, we'll tell you a little bit about our next podcast, which is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So without further ado, endpoint assessment. So what is it? So basically, endpoint assessment come into the fore really probably 3 to 4 years ago, or so. And the way apprenticeships went back then, it sort of went away. Well, not entirely went away, but it sort of took different directions. Apprenticeships started to be focused on different forms of sectors, such as the learning and development sector, leadership and management sector, quality management sector, health and social care, as opposed to the previous apprenticeships, which were focused on, and certainly within Northern Ireland, were typical bricklaying, electrician, that type of apprenticeship. So there are within the UK now a wide choice of apprenticeships on offer for people who want to take them. Typically, apprenticeships last a minimum of 12 months, usually go on for two years. And part of the apprenticeship is not only learning about the job they're actually employed into, but they're also gaining a qualification in some respects from it as well. These qualifications could range from level 3 qualifications to level 5 and above. Okay, so apprentices can leave that apprenticeship program not only completing the apprenticeship, having greater understanding and knowledge of the sector that they're in, but also having that additional qualification as well. Okay. In terms of the process, so what we have is we have organizations called endpoint assessment organizations. And we've got training providers, as we all know. Now, the training providers are quite specific in terms of what they offer. Some training providers offer qualifications which are vocational, academic, accredited, like ELN, okay? They also, and some of these training providers also offer training on apprenticeships. So they basically place the learner, the apprentice rather, on the apprenticeship program, and they would have dedicated assessors who stay with those apprentices through the 1 year, 2 year programs. At the end of the 2 year program, whenever the apprentice has ticked all the boxes, has met all the requirements of the apprenticeship program, so they've been employed within this particular apprenticeship program. We'll just use, for example, one particular one that I do is leadership and management. So we've gone through a level 5 leadership and management apprenticeship with an organization that they're in. And bearing in mind, these organizations are varied, okay, varied in terms of what sector to cover, such as leadership and apprenticeship or leadership and management would do, as you would know. So they would tick all the boxes, complete all the criteria they need to complete within the program, gain the wealth of experience within the role, within their organization, whilst doing so they complete the coursework, the various assessments, the one-to-one professional discussions, all the criteria as a state within endpoint assessment. It's all down to knowledge, skills, and behaviours, KSBs. Okay, so they've met all those KSBs throughout their 2 year program.